Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on CapnclydesMTG. Today, we've got all the new products and crossovers that are happening coming up in Magic. Well, good chunk of them, and even D&D and Magic are crossing over again. So let's take a look at it. But before we do, don't forget, comment, like, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Links down below for the stores on where you can find cards to buy to support the channel. Or just be a YouTube member for as little as $1. Get all the videos early. Binge your brains out. Because if you'll watch it, I'll make more. If you watch, they will produce. Anyway, so let's get into it. We're going to start off first with some Magic Con news. From Chicago, if you guys didn't know, they played a little trailer here. Quick 30 seconds. You can find it on YouTube, as you can see. But as you probably already know, and it has been teased, there is going to be a Magic the Gathering Last Airbender crossover. Not sure yet if it's just going to be a secret layer or an actual set. That is probably a little iffy at the moment. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. But I'm down for any of it, really. Because I would love to beat somebody's ass with Zuko. Or better yet, Uncle Iroh. Just the man, the myth, the legend, Uncle Iroh. Yeah, love The Last Airbender. Not so much the Kiora side, but there's some good characters in there. I'm not gonna lie. Love Matoph. Anyway, so that was announced, so we can expect to see more news on that this year. Maybe a secret layer. If it is, it'll be this year. If it's not a secret layer, we've already had product releases of what's coming this year, so it won't be till 2026, which tends to lead us to believe this will be a secret layer. Now, something else they talked about at the Magic Con is D&D Lorwyn / Shadowmoor crossover. Yeah, don't worry, it's not a Magic game. So, what they're going to do, everybody, at least most people I talk to, especially us old guys back in my day, Lorwyn and Shadowmoor was a beloved. I mean, okay, it sucked when it came out. Nobody liked it. Now people love it. And to be fair, I liked it when it came out. I thought it was cool. I mean, the power level was insane on a different scale. But anyway, point being, they're going to do a crossover with D&D to try to give a setting in D&D for Lorwyn and Shadowmoor. Now, they've done this before with other Magic sets, and they've even brought D&D into Magic. So I expect we'll see more things like this, especially of beloved sets or realms that people have been dying to get back to that they, for some reason, just won't take us to. So be there what you will. It will be a supplement, and I'm sure that they're finding any way they can to milk the money out of this. Because if you guys didn't see the earnings report, Magic was down by like 1 to 2% in sales. Calm down. That is a lot of money in the grand scheme of things. 1 to 2%. Relax. The game is not dying. For the love of God, people calm down. It's not the apocalypse. Anyway, so we have that. I'll be kind of interested to see how it is. Unfortunately, the way they're just cratering D&D with all their lunacy about what you can and can't do, say, and whatever, I honestly probably won't even play it just because I pretty much shelved D&D for the pure stupidity of wizards. So, yeah, I guess there's that. I still play 2nd edition if anybody out there wants to play. Just saying. Moving on. Next, we have the big news. The Edge of Eternity gets a release date. So it releases August 1st, 2025. That's the global release date. It'll be on shelves available to buy at all retailers. But the truly keen will be able to get their hands on the cards a little earlier. Pre-release? Anybody? Anyway. So for those who don't know, I talk about a lot on the channel. Go to Gen Con every year. It's a big gaming event, 4 days. If you're going to be there, let me know. Would love to hook up and say, hey, maybe play some games. Not just Magic, but I mean anything. I mean, love of God, it's Gen Con. If you don't know what it is, look it up, gencon.com. Anyway, no, they don't sponsor the channel. This is during Gen Con. So Gen Con starts August 1st. Well, okay, hang on. Let me get out my calendar. Yes, I have a calendar that has this in it. That's how much I give a damn, which is a lot considering I actually put it into a calendar. But anyway, um, it starts August 31st. I'm sorry, not August, July 31st and goes through to August 3rd. So you get a Thursday, a Friday, Saturday, and a Sunday. August 1st is that Friday when everybody will be off and the con will be a nightmare, but I love it. So that weekend at the con will be insane. And this is the fourth or fifth time they have done this during Gen Con release weekend. And I believe this is on purpose. Now, I say that because Gen Con is the biggest con of the year. You can argue Comic Con or whatever you want. You can believe what you will. But Gen Con brings in more money for the Indianapolis area than the Super Bowl ever has. So do the math on that. Anyway, in the last 5 years, like I was saying, Wizards has shown up, at least the last 2 years, to the con, gave out free cards, ran publicity, and I think they're realizing that con is a big moneymaker with not just Magic nerds running around, board game nerds, miniature nerds, D&D and role-play nerds in general, cosplayers. So I think this is something we're going to start seeing as we move forward. The rest of the years that Wizards is around is them releasing a set every year around August 1st or whenever Gen Con has its release weekend, or Gen Con has its weekend, will be a release weekend, so plenty of the new product will get sold at Gen Con. So keep that in mind. Now, with that being said, let's take a look at the product. Now that I'm off my Gen Con soapbox. So we got some pictures. We can see the play boosters here. We kind of can see them. But as you can see, spaceships and space, it's going to be very different than what we're used to as we leave fantasy. Okay, let me take it back. As we leave medieval style fantasy and go more to sci-fi fantasy. Not sure who this character is. I knew at one point and I forgot to keep looking. With all the people back here in armor, very reminiscent of Dune. But anyway, won't go there because God forbid they. Anyway, and then we have obviously the big bad of the set is going to be Tazaret. We have him here, and it just makes sense. He's all about artifacts and equipment. So when you talk about spaceships and bases and all this technological garble with quote unquote magic in it, I expected him to be here. So we get a picture of him on a throne. Probably won't be his actual card. His actual card, I think, will probably be something like this. At least, God, I hope so, because this depicts him so much cooler, even though I hate this man with a passion. This is still some sweet-looking art. And as you can see, giant battle cruisers, individual spaceships, planets, black holes, all that jazz. It's not your. This is Magic is no longer your daddy's game anymore. God, I'm old. Anyway, so we got some other interesting art pictures to see how far it goes. Here we have a picture of a black hole and what looks like some metallic webbing around a planet, kind of like it almost looks catacomb-like, kind of like insectoid planet, yada yada, but it looks kind of like it could be a sun down here, so it also could be a way of gathering energy. It could be a form of solar panels, who knows. We got a picture of some of the creatures, very sci-fi like, as you can see. We got, looks like planets, everything from planets to asteroids to looks like smaller solar systems. Very cool. It's going to be interesting to see if the space place is a plane or if these individual areas here are planes inside of space. It's going to be weird to see how they go about it. So we'll have to wait and see. I am kind of interested. No matter how they go with it, I probably ain't going to like it because it's just not the Magic I'm used to. But hey, you never know. Stranger things have happened. Like me actually keeping a wife. But anyway, We have the 2 commander decks here. You can see here we have the World Shaper and we have Counter Intelligence. Both of them very, very sci-fi. This looks more buggy, terraform style. This looks very AI, robotic, kill you in your sleep to subdue the overlords of flesh. Anyway, I know the picture's kind of hard to read. You can read it, though, but there is a description that came along with it right here. Here they are. World Shaper is a black, red, green. It is sacrifice lands, grow back stronger. Very interesting. I'm pretty sure it's going to have ramp. It's got green in it, for God's sakes. Counterintelligence, blue, red, white. So, you know, America. I don't know. Anyway, it has boost attacks, proliferate counters. You saw lots of AI talk on the actual box itself. You know, here it says, it looks like it says robot artifacts or whatever. Sacrifice lands. Excuse me. But it'd be very interesting to see how this all plays out. With there also being only 2 commander decks. They seem to be pulling back on that. Probably seeing how this theme goes through before they get too deep in it. So there you have it, guys. Quick breakdown of what's coming up, what we can expect, and what we'll be doing at Gen Con probably. Release. So, shout out to Sawyer for being a loyal supporter. Thank you, my friend. And as always, until next time, be kind. And I hope to see you across from the game table. I don't know what else to say. I'm just stuck on sci-fi magic. And we had Doctor Who, so whatever.